The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
Welcome inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome to the Delaware Hockey Network home finale for the University of Delaware Men's Division II Blue Hens, as they host the Rowan University Profs in an Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League conference matchup to bring January to its conclusion and to bring the Hens' home portion of their season to a conclusion as well. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box. Warm-ups in the rearview mirror. A fresh sheet of ice being prepared as we speak. We're looking at about a .350 puck drop by the time pregame ceremonies conclude, and we're going to take you right to the Limestone Pension Associates line charts. Starting on the Delaware side, Blue Hens looking to rebound off a 6-3 defeat handed them by Maryland on Friday, a game in which Delaware gave up all 6 of their goals against with fewer than 5 skaters on the ice. Ryan Wirtz tabbed for the start between the pipes, the freshman from Medfield, Massachusetts, 2-2-1 on the year with a .320 goals against average and a .910 save percentage. We'll see the big guns up front. Brendan Stam, Brian Kramer, and Ethan Sharp to get things started. Stam with a dozen, Kramer with a baker's dozen, Sharp with a pair in the goal column so far this season. The stay-at-home defensive pair of Michael Buckman and Sean Lipinski getting the start too from Coach Vince Falkowski, who last night was welcomed into the University of Delaware Hockey Hall of Fame as its newest member in the builder category. Brian Bennett's Rowan Profs having some growing pains of their own, 10-11-1 on the year. They'll be backstopped by Aiden Young, who's 2-1-0 on the season with a .333 goals against average and a save percentage of .890. Cam Chandler, leading scorer with 19 points, will be on the fourth line together with Hammerchak and Wyatt, Zangara, Jones, and Bowman. Handling starting forward duties with Mike Frateroli and Riley Rudolph, a pair of solid two-way defenders. Starting things off at the blue line for the Rowan University Profs out of Glassboro, New Jersey. We're going to take a timeout here on the Delaware Hockey Network. When we come back, we'll head inside the glass for the Limestone Pension Associates opening introductions. Sunday hockey from Fred Rust Arena. You're in the right place for it. This is the Delaware Hockey Network, and it is all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Welcome to the 412's Delaware Hockey Network coverage of University of Delaware Men's Division II Blue Hen Hockey. Home finale coming up. The Rowan Profs in town from across the Delaware River, and we're going to head inside the glass right now for the Limestone Pension Associates opening introductions. Hockey fans, good afternoon and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Today, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League present a Men's Division II regular season matchup between the visiting Rowan University Profs and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Before we meet today's starting lineups, we would like to pay tribute to a very dear friend to the organization. I speak of a valiant young man by the name of Christian Malmgren, who in 2001 passed away after a courageous battle with cancer. Not only was Christian this Men's Division II Blue Hens Andrew McDonough Foundation B Positive hero, but a best friend to so many in this community. We welcome today, as the Delaware Blue Hens Men's Division II ACHA team continues to do their part in the battle against childhood cancer by raising money for the Andrew McDonough B Positive Foundation. We welcome Chris and Yolanda Malmgren, Christian's parents, to join us today for a ceremonial puck drop as we honor Christian's life, legacy, and courage. And Profs, Blue Hens, all of us together, unite to work toward an end to this terrible, terrible disease which has taken far too many. Chris, Yolanda, Carter, Ethan, thank you all. And now, without further ado, let's meet the starting lineups for today's game. Beginning with the visiting Rowan University Profs, coached by Brian Bennett. Starting in goal, number 1, Aiden Young. On defense, number 12, Mike Frateroli. And number 20, Riley Rudolph. At left wing, number 9, JT Zangara. At right wing, number 14, Carter Jones. And at center, number 38, Brian Bowman. And now, one last time in 2024-25 season, let's meet the starting 6 for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, a freshman from Medfield, Massachusetts, number 35, Ryan Wirtz. On defense, a senior from Greenville, South Carolina, number 28, Sean Lipinski. And a junior from Hanover, Maryland, number 26, Michael Buckman. At left wing, a sophomore from Dedham, Massachusetts, number 11, Brendan Staff. At right wing, a sophomore from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, number 14, Ryan Kramer. And starting at center, a senior from Wilmington, Delaware, your captain, number 15, Ethan Sharp. Your Blue Hens are coached by the newest member of the University of Delaware Hockey Hall of Fame, Vince Falkowski, assisted by Bob Stroik and Dylan Green. The on-ice officials for today's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Steve Cannon and Tim Holtz, and linesmen Chris Boyle and Darren Mattern. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice, as we together honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Time to play the game one last time before a home crowd for this Men's Division II Delaware Blue Hens team in the 2024-2025 season. Be Positive Gray Sweater Day for the Blue Hens. Blue helmets, blue pants, white numbers in the Chicago Blackhawks number font. White trim, blue trim. And Ryan Wirtz backstopping the net to our left. Rowan in their away brown kits. Moving the other direction. Guarding the net to our right. Moving from east to west. As we get started here for Sunday matinee hockey action from Fred Rust Arena. And they're off. Sharp got stick on puck for the opening faceoff, but this is quickly pushed up ice by Rowan's Brian Bowman and directed over the glass and out of play. Puck was directed out by a Delaware stick. So linesman Chris Boyle rolls the faceoff, ended up in the Delaware zone. Bowman back to his own line. Looking to build up some speed, but he's pickpocketed by Brian Kramer, walking back in, up the right wing boards. He let one go from the near half wall. Puck skipped behind the cage, out of the reach of Aiden Young, and the Hens maintain far side. Kramer crossing over in front of the Rowan bench. Headmans to Sharp, give and go. Kramer fanning on the one-timer. He was tied up by the back-checking center, JT Zangara. Profs clear, and they will change. Ethan Sharp recovering under forechecking pressure from Evan Knoll. He's on the second line with Nick Thomas and Max Findley for the Profs, who recover at center. Knoll tried to launch the puck in from center, but a stick check from Lipinski directed it into the near corner. Thomas leaves this for David Cutler. Follow-up shot in traffic from Robinson. Did make it on net, and it was kicked away by Ryan Wirtz despite being woefully out of position. Here's Joey Wogish up the right side for Delaware on the offensive. Wogish together with Vecchio and Quinn on the second forward line for the Blue Hens. A minute and 37 seconds into the contest so far. Wogish tied up in the far corner. Looking for space, hounded by Findley right in front of the Rowan bench. Vecchio lends support. He'll try to walk the line left side. Crashing the net, he was tied up and directed behind the cage by Knoll. Vecchio stayed with the puck. He swats it to CJ Mielcerek coming in from the left point. Mielcerek takes a check. Puck squeaks loose onto the stick of Evan Knoll, who walks his way to his own blue line, and he feeds this to Thomas coming through up the near side. Thomas with a shot on net and a one-on-one, but he was steered toward the corner by Aiden Getz. That shot paddled away easily by Wirtz and subsequently cleared back to center. Vecchio gave it away to Karakavitis, who threw it back in behind the Delaware net. Mielcerek stretched pass to nobody. This is going to come back in icing. 2.5 minutes into the first period of a scoreless hockey game from Fred Rust Arena. Another attacking zone draw coming up for the Rowan Profs after the Delaware icing. Third line on for Brian Bennett's Rowan side. Dominic Riccardi taking the draw, flanked by Karakavitis and Bianchi. Hens unable to change after the icing. Polchlepek, one of the three on the third line who was able to get on before the whistle. Now joined by Olensky and Dmitry Mahalios, who, as we mentioned on Friday's broadcast, the all-time leader for this team in program history in the penalty minutes column with 240. He's got to be awfully careful here in his last appearance before a home crowd. Here's Josh Bianchi off the turnover in the Rowan zone, walking up ice, 2-on-2, broken up. Padalensky joining the back check, threw a hip at Bianchi right at the Delaware blue line and forced the turnover. Joey Engelman with time and space, walks to his own stripe. Puck is chipped forward by Polchlepek, but it looked like it caught the netting and went out of play over the near board. 16:35 to go in the first period, and this will come back to just over the Rowan blue line, directly in front of where we stand at the 412 Communications press box. Ellie Bates, our videographer today. Our production assistant is the stat man, Eli Swope. Glad to have all of you with us from wherever you may be, as these Hens will travel to Hockey Valley, as it's been called, next weekend for a set against the Penn State University Ice Lions, and then the ACCHL playoffs following the weekend after. Hens need to win one of these three to qualify for the 8-team playoffs. Again, with 10 rookies on this squad, plenty of growing pains for the Blue Hens. But the future is certainly bright once this talent gets up to speed and after they've had a year to get used to each other. So, despite the struggles in conference play this year, definitely cause for optimism for what's to come in 2025-26. At least on the ice. Ben Williams walks in to put Rowan on the board. Here it comes again on the 412 Communications instant replay. Rudolph threw the puck in. Blocked down by Williams for his first of the season. 4:37 into the first period. It was not Williams, it was JT Zangara. The 9 on the back of his sweater looked like an 8 from our perspective. He's got the back tucked in, and that indeed was Zangara, notching his 7th of the year, all by his lonesome off the D-zone turnover to give the Profs the early advantage. The Rowan goal was the 7th of the season, scored by number 9, JT Zangara. Time of the unassisted goal, 4 minutes, 37 seconds in the first period. Zangara, unassisted with his 7th of the year at 4:37. Worked in close again to Zangara. This comes around to Kromchik holding the point. Puck thrown in by Findlay. Williams now working the point. Meanwhile, a two-a-side battle developing in the near corner of the Delaware zone. Brian Kramer trying to pitch this puck free. We are past 6 minutes into the first period. Rowan have outshot Delaware 5-1 to this juncture. But the lone goal of the game belongs to left winger JT Zangara, who all by his lonesome buried the puck past Wirtz at 4:37 in the first period. Engelman working from behind his own net. Sends the puck up the near side. Wogish tips it in over the line. Rudolph recovers for the Profs. Could not clear. Vecchio bobbled at the stripe and lost the zone. So this will come back offside with 13:17 to go in the first period. Rowan with a 1-0 lead over Delaware from Fred Rust Arena. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. And that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Engelman flips the puck about shoulder high into the far corner of the Rowan zone. Well executed dump and change by the Blue Hens. 7:20 into the first. Riccardi's backhand sends the puck just over the line. Drop pass to Rudolph coming in at the point, but the Profs outnumbered by Blue Hens as Rudolph works deeper behind enemy lines. It's taken away by Polchlapek. He walks up to center. He flips the puck off the far corner boards where it's recovered by Olensky. Bodied into the wall by Wyatt. Loose puck corralled by Hamarchak. And the Profs again clear. This tipped by Olensky over the Rowan blue line off the feed from Lipinski. It comes back to Getz. And this will come back an icing. With 11:58 to go in the first of 3 20-minute periods from Newark, Delaware. Dimitri Mahalios in for the defensive zone faceoff across from Bowman. Hens clear. Robinson steadies. Jones finds Cutler on the cross-ice feed. David Cutler slowed up at the top of the near circle. He dumps the puck in behind the Delaware line. This thrown in but wide. Puck contested in the near corner. Milseric could not clear it. Bowman flips it high into the near corner again. Centering pass from Jones, unable to connect with Zangara crashing the net. Loose puck corralled by Mahalios. Flip to Polchlapek, and now across to Aiden Getz, who walks through neutral territory together with D partner CJ Milseric. Couldn't find the word partner there, while the forwards changed up. DeMasters held the line. Lawson on the doorstep. Couldn't finish off the headman feed. Nearing the midway point of the first period, Hens have only mustered 2 shots on goal against Aiden Young. Meanwhile, they've given up 6. One of them going past Ryan Wirtz. That off the stick of JT Zangara off a costly defensive zone turnover. And so far, the lone goal of the game. Kromchik caroms the puck behind his own cage to Williams. Williams held up by the forechecking Josh Flom, who got a shove edgewise from Findlay after the puck had gone away. Referees Steve Cannon and Tim Holtz letting them play early. It's been a very tactical game thus far, though, from both sides. Brendan Stam shovels the puck off his backhand in behind the cage around the near corner. It's taken away by Kromchik, but not cleared. Glove down at the line by Engelman for Delaware. Stam tried to let one rip from 45 feet, but that shot was blocked in a congested Rowan slot. Thomas sends this the other direction. Profs change. Sharp puts on the brakes at center after floating the puck up the near side into Rowan territory again. Quick counterattack for the Profs, led by Karakavitis. Rudolph across the line. Frateroli, shot from the right dot. Holding for the pause and play was Ryan Wirtz. In other action in the sporting world today, Philadelphia Eagles with a 14-12 lead over Washington in the second quarter of the NFC Championship game. 9 and change to go here at Fred Rust Arena in the home finale for the men's Division II Blue Hen hockey team. Sharp engaged with Riccardi in a battle for position and possession. Riccardi drove play to just above the Delaware blue line before dumping the puck in. Lipinski recovered. Buckman throws this up the left wing boards, shoveled by Vecchio the rest of the way into Rowan territory. Kramer's pursuing, but unable to get to the puck before Mike Frateroli gathered it in and set up Riley Rudolph on a D-to-D feed. Rudolph up the left wing boards, close on that zone entry. Looked like Karakavitis might have jumped the gun a little bit, but Darren Mattern said all was good. Darren's got the determining edge of the line, so we're going to defer all day on that. We're 40 feet away from it, so. Not going to question Darren on that one as Aiden gets his shot from the right point, ends up in the pads of Young, and nobody was home for the rebound chance. Backdoor feed intended for Quinn from Wogish was paddled away by Young, and a delayed offside against the Profs forces the Rowan side to hesitate before making any advance on the puck. They hadn't tagged up before the play, so this will come back offside with 7:53 to go in the first period. Rowan leading 1-0 on this Sunday afternoon. Xander Robinson going to have to do this the hard way. He gets to center. Long shot caught and held by Ryan Wirtz for the pause. Draw came to the right of Wirtz after the long shot. Cutler holding the point after the Wyatt faceoff win. Cross ice feed back to David Cutler, draws him back to center. Cutler waits, he throws this up the left wing boards. He tried to ricochet it past Aiden Getz toward Chandler, but this ends up in the netting and out of play. Another neutral zone faceoff coming up. It's over the Delaware blue line. And Mahalios victorious over the dot. Leads to Engelman walking the puck through neutral ice, but slowed up 20 feet inside the Rowan blue line. This ricochets off the far boards. Cutler left it across to Bowman. Zangara stripped to the puck at the top of the near circle, trying to get a shot away. Corralled by Mielsarik and lofted over the glass and out in the Delaware zone. How fitting from the Fred Rust Arena organist on this NFC Championship Sunday afternoon. If there's one thing that Blue Hen and Prof fans can get behind together, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. If there's another thing that Blue Hens and Profs can get together behind, it's the Andrew McDonough Be Positive Foundation, for whom the Blue Hens are raising funds this afternoon at Fred Rust Arena. Polchlapek caught in a delayed offside. Olensky had to put on the brakes too. In pursuit of the puck, he pulls back into the neutral zone, and that gives the Profs a free pass to work out of their end. Knowles slowed up at center by the reaching stick of Nick Lawson, the former St. Mark's Spartan. Knowles stayed with the play, and he drove this in up the right wing boards, chased down by Findlay in the far corner. Left to the point, the shot from Kromchik. Skipped wide of the near post, wearing the number 2, which once belonged to Jared Cohen. Lawson slowed up by the reaching stick of Riley Rudolph, wearing the 20, which once belonged to Nick Ramos. Lawson's shot blocked by Rudolph. Counterattack is led by Thomas. He was pinched to the near wall by the South Carolinian Sean Lipinski and stripped of the puck just inside the Delaware line. To Masters the other direction. Entering the final 5:13 of the first period is Blue Hens trying to erase a 1-0 deficit, but they've only managed 3 shots on goal. Lipinski looking to make it 4, saw his chance from distance blocked by Bianchi. Karakavitas one-on-one. Slowed up trying to cut to the slot. And he turns the puck over. In addition to 3 Delaware shots on goal, it's worth noting that there have been 3 blocked Delaware shots by Rowan defenders. Stoppage with 4:42 to go. In the opening period, face-off coming to the left of Aiden Young. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Sharp and Stam working together to try to pile drive toward the Rowan cage. Puck taken away and worked by Frateroli up the left wing boards. Here's Frateroli into the Delaware zone. Slowed up by Getz. Sharp corrals the puck. He caroms it behind his own net to Brendan Stam. Back it comes to Sharp, who after calling Fred Rust Arena home and calling the rinks of Newark home for his entire hockey life to this point, minus a year in Greenville, North Carolina. Stam shoots and scores. We'll get back to the Ethan Sharp story a little bit later. Brendan Stam taking control of the narrative, potting his 13th. Makes this a 1-1 hockey game. '13th of the year for Stam. And Ethan Sharp making his last home appearance at Fred Rust Arena, getting credit for the primary assist on the game-tying goal. Oh, Delaware goal! His 13th of the season. Scored by number 11, Brendan Stam. Assisted by number 15, Ethan Sharp. And number 6, Aiden Getz. Time of the goal, 16 minutes, 2 seconds. in the first period. Stamps 13th from Sharp and gets at 16:02. So the score level now. With 3:10 to go in the first period, the Hens starting to find their groove, but this attack of Joey Wogish broken up by the tandem of Carter Wyatt and David Cutler. Cutler up the right dots, barrels back into the Delaware zone, but he's outnumbered upon gaining the line. And our first penalty of the game is upon us. What do we have from Tim Holtz? We've got two of them here. Cutler and Mulesarek both going. At the 17-14 mark. Of the first period. So we get a last play faceoff. And the particulars to come as we go 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 at the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937. Browse the menu at sidsbbqandjerky.com. Rowan penalty was assessed to number 27, David Cutler, 2 minutes for roughing. Delaware penalty assessed to number 2, C.J. Mulesarek, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalties, 17 minutes, 14 seconds in the first period. Cutler 2 for roughing, Mulesarek 2 for holding, both at 17-14. 2-on-2 for the Hens, led by Mahalios. Flaherty, Polchlepek, and Engelman. The other Hens on right now. 4-on-4 play for the next 66 seconds. Lots of open ice to work with. Mahalios' pass across toward Polchlepek was broken up by Thomas. Findley walks this up to center. Drop pass to Thomas, building up speed and facilitating his own entry for the Profs. Frateroli tied up at the point. Loose puck corralled by Hubert Polchlepek. He brings it behind his own cage. Advanced to DeMasters from Lipinski. Thrown across to Buckman in the far corner. 80 seconds to go in the first period of a 1-1 hockey game from Fred Rust Arena, which has seen Rowan control most of the momentum, but Delaware is starting to pick it up in the late stages. Hens again clear, icing waved off by Chris Boyle as we enter the final minute of play in opening period action. Knoll waited a beat before hitting Robinson on the breakout pass. This sent across to Findley near side, thrown in from just over the blue line, and we're back to 5-on-5 for, with all likelihood, the remainder of the first. Final 36 seconds. Hens need to avoid those high danger mishaps in close to the net, that 12-foot radius that we keep talking about, where games are won and lost, and this is the second time they've mishandled the puck that close to the cage. This will be an icing against the Hens. And with 21 2/5 seconds remaining in the first period, Ryan Wirtz will see another face-off. To his left. Zangara in across from Quinn. Quinn pushes the puck forward, but not out. Rudolph takes aim from center point off the feed from Frateroli. Shot denied by a Wirtz stick save. Last 10. Thomas steers this into the corner. Zangara tries to dig the puck free from Lipinski's grasp. The final seconds tick away as the Hens clear, and that will do it for the first period. At the end of 20 minutes, the score, Delaware Blue Hens 1, Rowan University Profs 1. We'll be back at the Delaware Hockey Network after the first intermission.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. 1-1 through 20 minutes between the Rowan Profs and the Delaware Blue Hens. A game that saw Rowan control the momentum early, but Delaware coming back late in the first period to level the score. Here a defensive zone turnover led to a goal from JT Zangara, his 7th of the season, to put the Profs on the board. 4:37 into the first period. And then Brendan Stam coming back inside the final 4 minutes of the first with his 13th goal of the season off this centering pass from Ethan Sharp. To put Delaware back on level pegging. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Ellie Bates, our videographer, Eli Swope, our production assistant, and of course, the sports world with an eye on Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as the Eagles and Commanders contest the NFC Championship game, and Rowan just 22 seconds into the second period. We don't even get our hi, hello, good morning, how are you, what's new, how's life in before they come up with their second goal. Again, born of a defensive zone turnover, Carter Jones connecting from Bowman to give the Profs a 2-1 lead. The Rowan goal, 4th of the season, scored by number 14, Carter Jones. Assisted by number 38, Brian Bowman. Time of the goal, 22 seconds in the second period. Jones is 4th from Bowman at 22 seconds. And here come the Profs again, barreling end to end. Knoll working behind the net, leaving this to Xander Robinson stepping up to the near half wall. Findley holding on at the right point, driven back by Vecchio. Deep into Rowan territory. Here's Wogish. Quinn fanning on the one-timer. It's pushed back to center. Recovered by Milseric and cleared. Cutler up the middle. Engelman with the reaching stick. Olensky not able to chase this down. Play is whistled dead. The officials will get together and discuss matters. Looks like too many players, but we'll get the lowdown from Tim Holtz here momentarily. Too many players on Rowan. So the first Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the afternoon. Will come the way of the Blue Hens, 1:31 into the second period. Pat Olensky arguing that Rowan had not gained possession and control both. Or was play offside. So now the determination is, does the offside supersede the placement of the faceoff in the attacking zone? It is going to stay in the Rowan zone as this Delaware Sports Medicine power play begins with 18:29 to go in the first period. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities. Visit desportsmed.com. The Rowan penalty, bench minor. Too many players on the ice. Time of the penalty, 1 minute 31 seconds in the second period. Rowan, bench minor. Too many players on the ice at 1:31. Wogish trying to slow up Zangara. Zangara got around him. He walks in, can't get one on net. A-grade shorthanded opportunity for Zangara once he found real estate. But his wrist shot release from point-blank range was wide. Vecchio stretches this ahead to Olensky diagonally through the neutral zone. Pat Olensky kept to the corner by Frateroli. Cycles the puck to Wogish. This shoveled off the backhand of Knoll back across neutral ice and in behind the Delaware goal where Joey Engelman recovers. This is steered by Sharp behind the net. Now to Stam via Kramer. Shot in from distance was blocked. The mid-net front congestion. One-timer Vecchio. Off the cross-slot feed from Kramer, blocked in front. 20 to go here in the second period. $16:38 to go in the period, as it were. 6 seconds to go on the power play. Flom wins the attacking zone draw as this Delaware Sports Medicine power play reaches its conclusion. Fanning on the puck at the point was Lipinski. He got it back, but he turned it over in the attacking zone. Thomas trying to set up a Robinson attack to no avail as Wirtz hangs on for the pause. So after Wirtz's save, the faceoff came near side. Seven seconds of bonus hockey coming our way. It's finally the Hens clear, but DeMasters out hustled to the puck at the Rowan blue line by Thomas. Buckman takes a body from Findlay in the far corner. Findlay taking aim. Wirtz scrambling, making the save, but he couldn't reel in the rebound to freeze play. Follow-up shot from Xander Robinson. From higher in the zone, skittered wide. Robinson back deep into his own end, swats the puck off his backhand, away from the reach of the accelerating Josh Flom. This is David Cutler up the middle. Back into the Delaware zone, steered by Ehrlich, far side, centering pass, intended for Riccardi, ends up on the stick of Bianchi. He shoots, Wirtz saves, with 15:25 to go in the second period of a 2-1 hockey game. Rowan with the lead here in Newark. In South Philadelphia at Lincoln Financial Field, the Philadelphia Eagles have a 27-15 lead over the Washington Commanders at halftime. Crashing the net was Riccardi. Surrounded by gray sweaters, though, he couldn't get a clean shot off. But there will be another attacking zone faceoff coming the Profs' way as the result of a Delaware icing with 15:13 remaining in the second period. And the Profs leading the Blue Hens 2-1. Stam was across from Riccardi. In the near circle face-off, Brendan Stam pushes the puck to center, fanned on by Kramer at center, and Bianchi recovers for the Profs, and he steers this back behind the Delaware goal. Aiden Getz able to angle to the puck just in front of Karakavitis to get to it in time and clear. Rudolph, the recipient of a big hit by Stam just over the blue line, but the Hens unable to recover. Karakavitis centering past Riccardi. Shot attempt was wide. Sharp hanging close to home. Corrals the puck at the edge of the blue paint, and he saucers this clear to Kramer, who couldn't bat it down. Delayed offside, says Darren Mattern. And that enabled Riley Rudolph to push the puck up ice and generate an odd man rush for the Profs. Another Wirtz freeze with 14-18 to go in the second period. Shots raining in from the Profs. They've accounted for 6 already here in the second period. And the faceoff will come to the right of Ryan Wirtz after his 13th save of the afternoon. Profs maintaining their momentum. Hammerchak couldn't finish off the centering pass. Kromchik back deep in the Rowan zone, clears. Olensky's got this tied up alongside Chandler. The 18s pitchfork away for the puck. It ends up going back to Rowan netminder Aiden Young, who couldn't paddle it cleanly up the far side. It's brought back in by Mahalios. He's steered behind the cage by Kromchik. Mahalios to Engelman left side, long shot. Sticked away easily by Young. He could see that as clear as day from 62 feet out. Engelman again holding the point, splits defenders. Cross slot pass, trying to shovel it in was Polchlepek, but he didn't have the angle. Mahalios turns this over to Williams. Advanced up ice by Chandler to Wyatt. Into a congested slot, Sebastian Hammerchak couldn't finish. And the Hens again take some heat out of the hot kitchen, and they respond with an odd man rush of their own. Mahalios with a lazy shot into the pads of Young, crashing the net. Pat Olensky unable to finish to make this a 2-2 game. So it stays 2-1. Rowan with the advantage 7 minutes into the second period. Final home game of the season for the Men's Division II Delaware Blue Hens. And a modest but attentive crowd supporting the Andrew McDonough B Positive Foundation here on hand at Fred Rust Arena this afternoon, foregoing other maybe more intently watched sporting events in the Mid-Atlantic region this afternoon. We'll keep you posted on that one too as we go. Zangara failed to set up Bowman on the doorstep. Bowman muscles the puck away from a host of Delaware defenders. This launched in by Cutler from the left point, intercepted. Vecchio could not clear. Quinn with it now. He sends this back up ice to center. David Cutler, the hockey player, not the composer. Stick handling over center. Rolled in behind the net. Cutler chases down a rolling puck where he's met below the goal by Flaherty. It is picked up by Vecchio near side, chipped off the glass, recovered by Robinson, who under a stronger Delaware forecheck is forced to give it away. Findlay offering support now leaves this to Cutler. Touch pass by Robinson from just behind center, ends up deep in the Delaware zone where Sean Lipinski raced the puck down a good half to 3/4 of a step quicker than the forechecking Brian Bowman, but the Hens struggling to break out cleanly here with 8.5 minutes gone of the second period. So it stays a Rowan 2-1 game. Centering pass from Frateroli to Zangara didn't connect. And the whistle of Tim Holt sounds as the extracurriculars mount to the right of Ryan Wirtz. Messrs. Cannon and Holt saying, "Let's go, guys." Yep, both of you. They're going to take both of them again. That sure looks the case, 8:36 into the second period. And we'll get the particulars from downstairs as soon as they're made available to us. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Also, friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important. And Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. We're going to be 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Vecchio's off for roughing and Frateroli. We will find out momentarily what his offense was. So much like before, a hold leading to a retaliatory rough, leaving us with 2 minutes of 4-on-4 hockey beginning in the Delaware zone. The Rowan penalty was assessed to number 12, Mike Frateroli, 2 minutes for holding. Delaware penalty assessed to number 10, Austin Vecchio, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalties, 8 minutes 36 seconds of the second period. Frateroli, 2 for holding. Vecchio, 2 for roughing, both at 8:36. Lawson 1-on-1. Shot, score! Nick Lawson lights the lamp with an even strength goal, 9:14 into the second period. It's a 2-2 hockey game. Here it comes again on the 412 Communications Instant Replay. Stretch pass from the near corner off the stick of C.J. Mulsarek, leading to Lawson's 4th goal of the season and making this a tie game once again. Oh, Delaware goal! His 4th of the season. Scored by number 12, Nick Lawson. Assisted by number 2, C.J. Mulsarek. Time of the goal, 9 minutes 14 seconds of the second period. Lawson's 4th from Mulsarek at 9:14, even strength goal. So we continue on toward the halfway stage with the Hens once again on level pegging. Cutler pressured in the near corner as we near halfway. Walking in close was Zangara, unable to convert. This whistled offside. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention. And no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your audience. your team and your fans, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital. The 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you, whether you're on the East Coast, the West Coast, or anywhere in between. 3-on-1 for the Hens. Ehrlich scores! Or was it Kramer? We'll check again on the replay. They were both coming in together. In any case, it's a Delaware lead. We'll see it again right now. It indeed was Brian Kramer coming in for his 14th goal of the season. That 10:35 into the second period. And making this a 3-2 Delaware lead. Stand by on particulars. Engelman getting credit for the helper. Oh, Delaware goal! His 14th of the season. Scored by number 14, Brian Kramer. Assisted by number 4, Joey Engelman. Time of the goal, 10 minutes, 35 seconds of the second period. Kramer's 14th from Engelman at 10:35. Eight and change to go. Here in the second period from Fred Rust Arena. Delaware with only 9 shots on goal to this point, making the most of their opportunities. Connecting on, 3 of 4 A-grade scoring chances thereabouts. So 75% on the A-grades. Well, Ryan Wirtz has stopped 13 of 15 Rowan shots on the other end. 5 of them being grade A chances as well. Cutler from the left point, denied by Wirtz from distance. Hens clear. Robinson pulls back. To Cutler again, swarmed by Mahalios. Floated up ice, nearly batted down by Mulesarek. 2-on-1 developing the other way. This is worth another look, as Carter Wyatt is locked out by a lunging Ryan Wirtz, freezing with 6:46 to go in the second. So we come back to the 412 Communications instant replay. Beautiful centering pass to Wyatt, but Wirtz stayed with the play well. And he responds with save number 15 of the afternoon to keep his Delaware Blue Hens in possession of a 3-2 lead. Six and a half to go in the second period from Fred Rust Arena. Third quarter has begun in South Philly. Philadelphia with a 12-point lead over Washington to determine who plays the winner of Buffalo, Kansas City in the 2024 Super Bowl game. David Cutler. Skip pass through traffic to Jones, who walks in over the line. Centering feed mistimed, intended for Bowman. Thrown in by Jones off the near post. This is held by Frateroli at the point. Back it comes up the near side. Sharp couldn't clear. Bowman protected the puck. Pass across to Zangara. Intercepted. Here's Kramer looking for more. Kramer puts on the brakes. Partial change for the Blue Hens. Lazy cross ice pass. Timed so Engelman could hop on, join the play, and dump it in. Bowman back the other direction, slowed up by Ehrlich. They collide as the puck skitters away. Lawson races this down in the far corner of the Rowan zone. He's met there by Rudolph. DeMasters lending support. Steered high again to Flaherty. Rather to Engelman. DeMasters couldn't work one in from distance. Lawson posts up net front. Josh Flom circles the zone. He bobbled the puck at the point. It was brought back to center by Rowan's Max Findlay. Frateroli pushes this through traffic up the near wall into the Delaware zone with 4:42 remaining in the second period. 3-2 the score. Advantage Delaware over Rowan in the Sunday matinee from Fred Rust Arena. Delayed offside. Everyone tags up. DeMasters able to push the puck beyond the reach of Rowan's Nick Thomas. Thomas stayed with the play well, though. Forced the turnover just inside the line. Centering pass the other way. Rudolph could not get past Ryan Wirtz, who freezes for another pause. Hand pass sends the puck outside the zone with 4:10 to go. And the Hens come barreling back on the offensive. Vecchio to Wogish. Slowed up just inside the line. Wyatt recovers for the Profs. Hammerchak finds another gear. He launches the puck in from distance. This caught and held by Wirtz for the pause with 3:53 to go in the second period. Delaware working with a 3-2 advantage over the Rowan Profs, trying to secure a seat in the ACCHL playoffs 2 weeks from now. Kromchik holding the point. Findlay steered behind the net. Stripped of the puck. Buckman gets it for Delaware and returns it to Jake Quinn, who was the one who forced the turnover. This lofted high. It landed just shy of the blue line. Gloved down by Knoll. Kromchik rolls this deep into the Delaware end once again. It's cleared back out by Buckman. Quinn sticked off the puck. He lost his stick. He tried to kick it forward a la Marty Straka, but Knoll returns it the other way. Lazy shot from Findlay. Thrown in. We see celebrating Profs. And we're going to see this again. It looks like we've got a tie game. Couldn't quite see how that developed from upstairs. But we'll give it another look right here. It indeed was Nick Thomas off the rebound. Tying the game back up for the Profs after a Findlay shot, that coming 16:55 into the second period, so we're knotted up at 3 once again. Net knocked off its moorings on the following fast break. The net will have to be reset. And will this face off? This is going to be outside. Rowan goal, 8th of the season, scored by number 23, Nicholas Thomas. Assisted by number 37, Max Findlay, and number 11, Evan Knoll. Time of the goal, 16 minutes, 55 seconds in the second period. Thomas's 8th from Findlay and Knoll at 16:55. So Delaware's lead lasting 6 minutes and 20 seconds. But so far they've held their own pretty okay. Bowman back up the right wing boards, outnumbered as he gains the blue line. He throws the puck in towards Zangara in the far corner. Mahalios stretched pass to Olensky. Shot kicked wide by Aiden Young. Final 2. Save from Wirtz the other way, and the rebound chance from Bianchi in close, skittered wide. This comes around to Frateroli. Olensky with the block off the long release. Rudolph's shot made it on net. Wirtz with the save, and Mahalios steers this out of harm's way. 2-on-2 coming for the Hens. Dimitri Mahalios tried to dish one off in the slot to Kramer, but couldn't find his man on the centering pass. Now 90 to go in the second period. Rudolph to Frateroli behind the net. It's taken away by Sharp after Mike Frateroli just carried the puck over the line. Riccardi recovers. He pushes this in behind the Delaware goal. We're circling is Joey Engelman from behind his cage and advancing the puck to Stam. 3-on-2. Stam! Shot just wide. It tipped off the glove wider still of Young into the far corner of the Rowan zone, and here come the Profs the other direction. Initial shot coming from Karakavitas, saved by Wirtz, standing tall for the rebound chance as well. There he denies Findlay from 40 feet. 43 seconds to go in the second period. Kromchik bobbled the puck at the blue line. Race on for it now near corner. And Captain Nick Thomas maintaining possession of the puck despite a pair of Delaware defenders hounding him. Shot from Williams was blocked as soon as he got rid of it from in front of his own bench. This nearly poked away by Kramer. Held in. Shot by Knoll into the pads of Wirtz. Knoll looming net front. Winding up at the dot was Thomas near side. A blocked shot. We'll see the second period reach its conclusion. With 40 minutes behind us, the score, Delaware Blue Hens 3, Rowan Profs 3. We'll take a pause on the DHN. We'll be back with the third.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Third period about to begin, with the Delaware Blue Hens and the Rowan Profs tied at 3 through 40 minutes. And we'll look at how we got to this stage through the second period on the 4-1-2 Communications instant replay. Down 2-1 mid-period. Nick Lawson off the feed from CJ Mulesarek up the left wing boards. Beat Rudolph in a one-on-one, went top shelf over Aiden Young to make it a 2-2 game. 81 seconds later, it was Brian Kramer in a 2-on-1, make it a 3-on-1 attack. Top cheddar again to give the Hens the lead mid-period. But that lead did not carry through to the end of the frame, as Nick Thomas, off the rebound of a shot from Max Findlay, found the back of the Delaware net with 3:05 to go in the second period, giving us a 3-3 score through 40. James Witherite joining you here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Eli Swope, Ellie Bates, the rest of our crew in the 4-1-2 Communications press box. And we are delighted to have all of you with us here on this Sunday afternoon. Conference Championship Sunday in the gridiron world. And midway through the third quarter in Philadelphia, the Eagles lead the Commanders 34-23. We'll keep you updated on that score on our ticker through the course of the third period here. As we know, many of you have your attention split between this game and the proceedings at Lincoln Financial Field. Riley Rudolph working back into Delaware territory. He and his Rowan Profs in their away brown sweaters, moving from our right to our left. Here in the third period, Delaware in their third grays, moving left to right. Getz pulls back to his own line. The pass from Vecchio intended for Joey Wogish, pickpocketed by Nick Thomas. Centering feed on the doorstep is Findlay. Couldn't get a shot away. He was marked by a host of Delaware defenders. Here comes Vecchio, pinching back up the left wing boards. He and Wogish attacking together. Outnumbered and pushed outside the house by a trio of Rowan back checkers. It was co-captain Nick Thomas ultimately forcing the turnover deep in the Rowan zone. Riccardi working back in, slowed up by the reaching stick of Jake Quinn. Mulesarek corrals the puck. He drives it back to center and flips it just in over the line before absorbing a check, and David Cutler recovers for the Profs. 2 minutes and change elapsed in the third period of a tie hockey game. The shot from Josh Bianchi, waffle boarded aside by Wirtz. 2-on-2 for the Hens if they hurry, but this will be called back with the puck out of play. 2:21 into the third period. Linesperson Darren Mattern acquiring a replacement puck. Faceoff comes just above the Rowan blue line between Mahalios and Riccardi. Darren could use a screenshot of that as a profile picture maybe on social media, who knows. That view right down the blue line at that far face-off dot, just great camera work by our crew here at Fred Rust Arena. Couldn't do it without the help of many, including Eli and Ellie. Broadway Joe Sindoni, our assistant producer. Staying with the play, Polchlepek tried to feed to Mahalios, crashing the net, but couldn't. Trey Wright, Evie Hill, Josie Billett, Sydney Butler. And a goal for the Hens! Net front tip off of Mahalios' headman. And 3:17 into the second, into the third. Delaware's back in front. Let's see this again on the 412 Communications Instant Replay. Olensky net front with the redirect off the Mahalios shot. Pat's got his 5th of the year, and it's now a 4-3 hockey game. Oh, Delaware goal! His 5th of the season. Scored by number 18, Pat Olensky. Assisted by number 16, Dmitry Mahalios. And number 28, Sean Lipinski. Time of the goal, 3 minutes, 17 seconds in the 3rd period. Olensky's 5th from Mahalios and Lipinski at 3:50. And now the first Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill of the afternoon for the Hens, as Sean Lipinski heads off for a trip. Schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 28, Sean Lipinski. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 3 minutes, 50 seconds in the 3rd period, rather. Lipinski 2 for tripping at 3:50 in the 3rd period. That is not the first time we've made that mistake here this period, folks. Wirtz does what he has to do. He gathers the puck into his chest and holds on for a pause in play. Just over 4 minutes have gone by in the 3rd period. Delaware nursing a 4-3 lead and getting there on just 11 shots on goal to this point. Thomas could not set up Zangara on the welcome mat. Rudolph holds the point. Zangara checked off the puck in the corner by Getz. This comes back to Rudolph. Getz, Rudolph across the line to Findlay. Around the horn this goes Thomas. Gets one in close. That shot from Brian Bowman was steered wide by Ryan Wirtz. Good for save number 28. Half the penalty to Lipinski has ticked away. Riley Rudolph winding up from the dot, and he scores. Riley Rudolph with a power play goal. Evens it back up 4 aside with 5 and change gone in the 3rd. So power play goal. Was it Riley Rudolph all the way, or was it tipped in? That's what we're about to find out. Going to be ruled Bowman with the net front tip. So that's his 8th of the season, as the Profs strike on the power play to once again level the score. Lead changes galore. Back and forth this game has been. And here come the Hens again, after the remainder of the Lipinski penalty was wiped away, courtesy the Rowan goal. Rowan goal, 8th of the season, scored by number 38, Brian Bowman. assisted by number 20, Riley Rudolph, and number 37, Max Findlay. Time of the power play goal, 5 minutes, 4 seconds in the third period. Bowman's eighth from Rudolph and Findlay at 5:04. It was a power play goal. Frateroli working behind his own cage. We're 6:20 into the third period. Lawson just held the line. To Masters pursuing a loose puck. Mike Frateroli tries to skate out of traffic, but it looks like he caught his toe and lost his footing. Lawson took down Rudolph. He's going to go to the sin bin. Delayed penalty against the Blue Hens. Frateroli walking in. There's the touch. And the door opens for Nick Lawson to head off for 2 minutes of shame. 6:44 into the third period. So it's right back to the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill for the Blue Hens. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 12, Nick Lawson. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 44 seconds in the third period. Lawson 2 for holding at 6:44. Thomas, the recipient of a cross-ice pass, didn't have the shot lane, so he fed a one-timer to Rudolph. But that shot from center point was sticked away by Wirtz, and the Blue Hens, with their lead no more, managed to clear. Sharp, the forechecking presence. Bowman leaves the puck to Cutler. David Cutler up the left dot, steered into the corner by Getz. He circles behind the goal. Quinn Sharp, Getz, and Mulesarek, the four Delaware penalty killers. This comes around the horn to Carter Jones. Jones off the boards, couldn't set up Bowman high in the zone again. So Brian Bowman's forced all the way back to his own goal line to reset for the Profs. 8 minutes elapsed in the third period of a 4-4 deadlock between these oh-so-familiar rivals across the Delaware River. Sharp's going to skate back to center. He needs a change. So he stick handles as long as he can to burn clock. He lets the puck go before coming back across the red line. And he heads off in favor of fresh legs. We've got Polchlepek on up front now with Olensky. The D pair remain the same. Shot from the corner. Near side off the stick of Riccardi. Didn't have the line. Robinson, Riccardi. Shot, Wirtz with the chest protector save. Mulesarek plays the carom shot. Not quite out as Cutler held the point, but the penalty was successfully killed off by the Blue Hens. 9 minutes elapsed in the third period. Here's a 3-on-3. Dimitri Mahalios didn't have a lane up the middle, so he caroms the puck behind the net. It rings around to Polchlepek, but he couldn't maintain the zone. He pulls back to neutral. He leaves this now to Mahalios. Up the dots he comes. Drop pass after gaining the zone. Taking a high shoulder check was Olensky, losing the puck. Findlay across ice near side to an accelerating Mike Frateroli. Engelman forces the turnover in the near corner. He leaves this back behind the cage to Olensky. Polchlepek skates through neutral ice. Rather, it was Mahalios with the breakout pass to Polchlepek. The high shot lobbed in. Caught and held by Aiden Young for a pause with 10:15 to go in the third period of a 4-4 hockey game from Fred Rust Arena. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these guys or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family to promote health and wellness for all. Learn more. Head to desportsmed.com. Just past halfway in the third period. 2-on-1 for the Profs. Good shot from Chandler, better save from Wirtz. Lipinski driving in deep. Rudolph won the race back to the puck. Lawson offering pressure too. 3-on-2 coming for the Profs if they hurry. Quick release shot from Wyatt inside the line. Off its intended target. Fourth line trying to make something happen. Williams working in low. Now on the stick of leading scorer Cam Chandler. He tried to set up on the doorstep Sebastian Hammerchak, but couldn't connect with his man from behind. Race to the near corner of the Rowan zone. Carter Jones back to win the foot race to the puck over Getz. Advanced by Kromchik in over the Delaware line and recovered by Delaware's Brian Kramer. Milseric could not play this out. Having to hesitate on the entry was Engelman to avoid a too many players penalty. He smartly avoids the puck, and now he'll set up in his own zone and walk this up the near boards. He chips the puck off the glass right in front of us to get beyond the reach of Carter Jones. Ultimately, good idea, but it failed to materialize in his favor. 8.5 minutes remaining from Fred Rust Arena. 4-4 the score, but Rowan has outshot Delaware 38-12. Robinson slows down this Rowan counterattack. They've got an odd man rush off the breakout to Karakavitis. Zangara fans on the puck just above the near dot after reeling in a cross-slot pass. Couldn't generate a shot from a great angle near side. This is Doug Free trying to jam it in on the doorstep. That was Zangara to no avail. Cutler coming in right side. Slowed up at the half wall by Ethan Sharp. Battle continues on. Deep in the Delaware zone. 7.5 minutes remaining. Kramer walked the puck over center to facilitate a dump and change for the gray-clad Blue Hens. Karakavitis to Cutler. Cutler steered by Lipinski below the goal. Stick handles to search for room. He tried to set up a Riccardi one-timer, but he topped the puck in close. Rudolph back to his line. Ahead to Cutler. Quinn angles him to the far boards, waiting to line up a check, but taking the worst of it was Delaware's Michael Buckman. Inside the final 7 minutes now. Wogish flips the puck up the left wing boards. Vecchio couldn't reel it in. His entry was onside. Quinn had time and space to beat Karakavitis. Back to the puck at the base of the Delaware bench. This is advanced by Lipinski. Back into Rowan territory, recovered by Frateroli. Thomas reels in the breakout pass, 2-on-3. Thomas slowed up by Sean Lipinski. Together at the half wall, they collided with Darren Mattern. Hens getting the better now, but into a 1-on-4. Came Dimitri Mahalios, holds his arms up. And a Delaware Sports Medicine power play is coming up. I stand corrected. A Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kills coming up. I thought for sure Mahalios had kept his cool there, but he's the one guilty of the high stick. 14:02 into the third period. Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill beginning right now. Death taxes and Mahalios in the box. What can we say? Delaware penalty assessed to number 16, Dimitri Mahalios. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 2 seconds in the third period. Mahalios 2 for high sticking at 14:02. Crucial Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill for the Hens. That shot from Bowman was blocked. Findley across the line. Zangara hard shot. Steered aside by Wirtz for save number 35. 5 minutes to go in a 4-4 deadlock from Fred Rustarina. Rudolph could not get through from center point, and play is whistled dead. We've got a man down, Max Findley, slow to his feet in the near corner of the Delaware zone. We're going to go to break here on the Delaware Hockey Network. We'll be back momentarily.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Max Findley shaken up in the near corner of the Delaware zone. Back mostly upright. .456 remaining in regulation. Findley back to his feet to stick taps from both the Hens and the Profs. Linesperson Chris Boyle will help him to the gate. And play will restart with the face-off just above the Delaware blue line. There it is. With 4 minutes and 56 seconds to go in regulation. .58 seconds remaining on this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill as Dimitri Mahalios was guilty of a high stick. 14:02 into the third period. Get ready for the stretch drive, friends. Final 5 minutes minus a few ticks starts right now. Bowman across to Rudolph, near side, confronted by Brendan Stam, who walks into the Rowan zone. Got a shot away under two-ply pressure, but it was saved by Young, dropping to the butterfly and getting a paddle on that puck. Zangara back for Rowan, through traffic. Gained to the zone, slowed up in the high slot by Lipinski. Bowman corrals the puck in the far corner. Riley Rudolph to Bowman again. Back high to Rudolph. Zangara's down low along with Jones. Long shot saved by Wirtz. Completing this complement of power play skaters for the Profs is Nick Thomas, who's accounted for one of the Rowan goals to this point, along with Zangara, Jones, and Bowman. Final 5 seconds of the penalty kill takeaway. Here's Stam walking in. He shoots and scores. Brendan Stam Stam does it again, and the Hens take a 5-4 lead. Right as the penalty expires. Brendan Stam corrals the puck just over the blue line. He walks in for his second of the game. And with 3:58 to go, the Blue Hens have a 5-4 lead. And that's going to be an even strength goal. Oh, Delaware goal! His 14th of the season and second of the game. Scored by number 11, Brendan Stam. Time of the unassisted even strength goal, 16 minutes, 2 seconds of the third period. Stam's 14th, second of the game, unassisted. At 16:02, it was an even strength goal. Final 3 minutes. Hens back in front in this back and forth affair. Knoll stripped of the puck at his own at the Delaware blue line, rather, and Engelman walks it in up the near side. He throws the puck off the backboards. It's contested by Rudolph in the far corner with Kramer. Engelman just held the point. Fans, a linesman can't call a penalty. Rudolph the other direction, barreling in. Centering pass and a goal the other way from Dominic Riccardi. So it's 5-5. The Profs get another. "90 seconds after the Hens reclaim the lead. Riccardi pots his fourth of the year to tie it up again. Rowan goal, fourth of the season, scored by number 41, Dominic Riccardi. Assisted by number 20, Riley Rudolph, and number 11, Evan Knoll. Time of the goal, 17 minutes, 32 seconds in the third period. Once again, it was Riccardi with his fourth from Rudolph and Knoll at 17:32. Attacking zone draw for the Hens. Brought back into neutral. Chandler scrapping for the puck over center. Long throw in. Milseric taken off his feet in a race for the puck alongside Chandler. Prof set up on the offensive. Rudolph long shot, saved by Wirtz. That is 39th of the afternoon turned evening. Final 100 seconds of regulation. 5-5 hockey game. And Messrs. Cannon and Holtz doing all they can to let the players decide this for themselves. We heard the fans earlier clamoring for a tripping call, but in a tie game, in a one-goal game, late in the third period, it takes a lot to see an arm raised. Vecchio crashing the net, got a shot away, but he couldn't jam the puck past Young. Final 65, Cutler bobbing and weaving through traffic at his own line. Up the middle he comes. David Cutler's shot split defenders from 40 feet, but it was right into the outstretched right leg of Ryan Wirtz, who has saved his 40th. Volleyed by Vecchio. Back to Robinson. Buckman, Lipinski given away to Cutler, trying to stretch ahead to Wogish. Flashing the leather was Ryan Wirtz. The shot was wide off Cutler's stick. We've got a pause with 36 and 1/5 seconds remaining in regulation in this 5-5 tie from Fred Rust Arena. Mid-fourth quarter in Philadelphia, the Eagles lead the Commanders 41-23. And Delaware is going to take their timeout. The Delaware Hockey Network is brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long, presenting partner of the DHN. Also brought to you by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky, 412 Communications, Delaware Sports Medicine, Limestone Pension Associates, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning. Sponsorship opportunities are available on the Delaware Hockey Network. To learn more, email mjr@412communications.com. Score update from Philadelphia. Eagles lead the Commanders now 48-23 in the fourth quarter. "36 seconds here at Fred Rust Arena. 36 1/5 to be more specific. And this score much tighter. It's been a back and forth nip-tuck battle between the Hens and the Profs, standing at 5-5 right now. Rudolph swarmed by the pair of Wogish and Vecchio. Shot was rushed from the point but wide. 20 seconds to go. Rudolph again, one-timer blocked in traffic. Vecchio caught that one. Rudolph again launches the puck in, trying to tip it forward was Jones on the doorstep to no avail. Another intercepted shot. Austin Vecchio clears this to Wogish. Final 3 seconds. Wogish shooting it was stick checked offline, and the horn sounds to signal the end of regulation. At the conclusion of regulation, the score: Delaware Blue Hens 5, Rowan University Profs 5. Regulation shots on goal: Rowan 45, Delaware 14. We now move to a 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime. The teams will change ends, and the next goal wins the game. Long change in effect, 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, sudden victory overtime. Tim Holt says, "Let's go, boys." Darren Mattern taking his place at the center dot. Goalies change ends. Stam, Kramer, and Engelman. The 3-on for Delaware: Zangara, Rudolph, and Chandler. The trio of prof skaters on the ice. Overtime, here we go. And the Profs gain control of the puck off the dot. Chandler pressured by Engelman. 3-on-3 overtime usually consists of teams trading 2-on-1s. A little more deliberate here, this Rowan attack. Rudolph up the middle. Sets up a one-timer from Chandler. Wirtz made the save, bobbled the puck. Rudolph couldn't corral it. Kramer could. Joey Engelman up the right side. This is a 2-on-2 if the Hens hurry. Engelman's going to pull back under pressure through the neutral zone from Rudolph. He leaves this to Kramer. Cycle to Engelman, and he comes up the right side. Stam waiting in the slot. Backhand. Under pressure from Zangara, was off its intended line. Stam maintains possession in the zone. Backhand shot in close. Was steered wide. We're a minute into the overtime. Kramer failed to hold the zone. Chandler recovers the puck. Stretched ahead to JT Zangara. Chandler got one on net. Another Wirtz save. Wirtz lost his paddle trying to reel in the puck. Off a wide shot. He scrambles out of the crease to regather his wares. Hens with a partial change. And here comes the second wave of the Rowan attack, led by Mike Frateroli. 100 seconds of overtime behind us. Again, a 5-5 deadlock through 60 minutes, thanks in large part to a 40-save effort from Ryan Wirtz through regulation. Hens only mustered 14 shots on the Rowan goal, but they made the most of their A-grade chances. Buckman could not feed to Wogish. Here's Vecchio, one-on-one. Vecchio tried to stutter step past Thomas, but lost the puck between the train tracks. Frateroli the other way. 2:40 to go. Frateroli slowed up by Wogish. He walks in, tried to jam one in from point-blank range. Wirtz said, no, sir. Cutler stick handles. A pair of fresh forwards join him. David Cutler, one-on-one. He's denied by Ryan Wirtz with 2:24 remaining in the extra period. Already 4 shots in this overtime for the Rowan Profs. So the face-off comes right of Ryan Wirtz, who's done more than his fair share of heavy lifting. Zangara on together with Jones and Riccardi. So 3 forwards on for the Rowan side. Gets Sharp and DeMasters. The trio of Delaware skaters shouldering the load now. Bonus hockey in overtime, too. Gets pulling back deep into his own zone. Sharp up the middle. Getting one on net. And Aiden Young registering the save. 1:58 remaining. After just the 10th Young save of the afternoon turned evening. Stam, Engelman, Kramer on for the Blue Hens. Bowman waved out of the circle. Chandler's going to take his spot. Rudolph holding down the back end for Rowan in their end. This caromed cleared by Rudolph. Cross ice pass from Bowman. Evaded the reach of Chandler. Hens defense had an opportunity to reset. Kramer forced the turnover. Stam walking back the other direction. He's got 2 Delaware goals of their 5. 90 seconds remaining. Joey Engelman up the middle. A poke check from Brian Bowman separates Engelman from the puck, and Riley Rudolph corrals it for the Profs. 2-on-1. Rudolph, shot. Wirtz with the save. 70 seconds to go. And the face-off comes to the left of Ryan Wirtz, who just saw his 50th shot of the afternoon. Vecchio and Zangara meet at the near dot. Zangara won the draw. Frattaroli leaves this to Thomas. Thomas walks from the top of one circle to the other. He shoots from 35 under pressure from Wogish, but could not connect. Final minute of overtime. Vecchio shoots, stick save by Young after that 2-on-2 attack. Wogish protecting. Leaves this back to Vecchio, who pulls back to his own line. So both teams will leave Fred Rust Arena with a point as Wogish has stood up at the Rowan blue line. Zangara the other direction, gives way to Buckman. Puck is loose, nearly pushed out of the zone by Michael Buckman. Now it was delayed offside, signaled by Darren Mattern. So the Hens can work forward. Joey Wogish trying to walk in as the jousting match away from the play continues between Buckman and Zangara, while Wogish was trying to walk in for a scoring chance. Come on, guys. So Michael's going to go with 12 seconds remaining. And it looks like this overtime frame is going to end. No, it's not going to end with a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill, as Zangara is ruled off too. Looks like it's going to be matching roughing minors or high sticks or actually both going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. And a last play face-off. The rule after coincidental penalties. So the Hens get the attacking zone face-off anyway. Rowan penalty assessed to number 9, JT Zangara. Delaware penalty, number 26, Michael Buckman. 2 minutes each for unsportsmanlike conduct at 4:48 in overtime. At the conclusion of the overtime period, the score remains Delaware Blue Hens 5, Rowan Profs 5. Final shots on goal. Rowan 50, Delaware 16. We now progress to a 3-player shootout. Goalies will defend the goals nearer their own benches. And as their penalties had not yet expired at the conclusion of overtime, Zangara and Buckman are ineligible to participate. And we're going to stay inside the glass. For this shootout. Again, 3 skaters per side. Puck awaiting at center. And the first Rowan shooter is number 38, Brian Bowman. Lost his footing, no goal. Shooting first for Delaware, number 9, Jake Quinn. Here comes Quinn up the right side. Pulling back, glove save. Shooting second for Rowan, number 12, Mike Frateroli. Frateroli in up the right side again. He shoots, and he misses wide. Shooting second for Delaware, number 16, Dimitri Mahalios. Mahalios walks in and he scores. Young regathers himself. Looks like he lost the puck in his pads. It is returned to linesperson Chris Boyle. And the game now rests on the stick of the third Rowan shooter. Shooting third for Rowan, Cameron Chandler. Chandler straight in, he misses. And the Delaware Blue Hens, off the shootout, have defeated the Rowan University Profs by a score of 6-5. Today's final score, Delaware Blue Hens 6, Rowan Profs 5. So is it a 6-5 win? NCAA rulebook is 3 shooters. So this will hang in the balance. While this is an ACHA game, ACHA competition takes place under the auspices of the NCAA rulebook, which dictates a 3-player shootout. Looking at the shootout protocol, Rule 91.6 The shootout taking place after overtime settles nothing. So we go to Appendix B. (91-6B5) reads the home team has the option of shooting first or defending first. They opted to defend first. If Team A's first two players score while none of Team B players score, the shootout is over and Team A wins the shootout. While it's not explicitly stated it's a three-shooter shootout, it is implied both there and in 91-6B6, which states the first three shooters are ineligible until all other bench players have attempted a shot. So it's implied on two separate occasions in the rule book that it's a three-player shootout. And we're going to get the story from Tim here shortly. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll have the rest of the story.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
So a 6-5 score stands. As the Blue Hens improve to 17-14-3. Fans, it is time for the Sid's Barbecue and Jerky 3 stars of the game. Today's third star with a goal and an assist for Rowan, number 38, Brian Bowman. The number 2 star of the game with 45 saves in net for Delaware, number 35, Ryan Wirtz. And the number 1 star of the game with 2 Delaware goals, number 11, Brendan Stamm. That will do it for us from Fred Rust Arena. Once again, today's final score via shootout, Delaware Blue Hens 6, Rowan University Profs 5. Our thanks to the entire crew, our videographer, Ellie Bates, our production assistant, Eli Swope, our co-executive producer, Molly Jo Rosen, our assistant producer, Broadway Joe Sindoni, Evie, Josie, Sydney, Trey, everybody behind the scenes here at the Delaware Hockey Network. Salesianum and University of Delaware Men's Division I action comprise our Friday doubleheader. We'll be back on the air Friday, 5:45 p.m. for the first half of our January 31st Twin Bill. Until then, James Witherite signing off. See you Friday.